All right, let's start the show.
You are listening to Why That's Funny, a podcast that enlightens you on everyday things. Starring Andrew Ginsberg and Captain
What else
John.
I've noticed about myself being a complete pile of shit
Sure.
is that if I don't stretch at some point in the morning from 7 to 9, I hurt myself
Okay.
every day.
That's a good observation to have.
It took 3 times of me hurting myself to realize I have to stretch.
Wait a second. I didn't
hip.
stress between 7 and 9.
No, but like, in the morning.
That's what's going on here.
Once it's past the morning, it's already too late.
Right.
Plus, I only drink maybe a bottle of water a day. Maybe. I don't drink water at all. So I think I got to start doing that too. I'm just a goddamn piece of garbage now,
You got to drink a lot of water. I'll tell you that. I drink a lot of water.
See, you know what's
a
fucked
ton
up?
of
Want to hear
water.
something fucked up?
What?
I was in that mindset. I'm like, damn, my friends are like, not dying. They drink all the time. They smoke all the time. They're just drinking water.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the person I knew that drank the most amount of water died. And I
Right.
was like, damn.
But that doesn't negate the need for water.
Yeah, but I'm like, you don't need it because he died.
That's really doesn't make any sense because if you think about it, there's 6 billion people on Earth. They all drink water. One person who also drank water on top of everybody else that's alive dying doesn't mean that you shouldn't drink water. A. B.
What do I look like, fucking Squirtle, dude? I don't got to fucking drink water.
When you do drink water, you do feel like I feel like a lot of like my problems, like little aches and pains, heartburn, that kind of shit, it all goes away when you drink a lot of water.
Yeah, but see, people always say that to me, but like that doesn't happen.
It does. You've never tried to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, it's true.
You just said you drink no water and you won't walk unless your watch reminds you that you have to move.
Yeah, I like this one. It tells me to stand up all the time.
Take me up the stairs. I gotta take a shit. Then take me to the movie theater. I want to see a movie. I don't walk because my watch is broken.
St. Ambrose Carnival.
Oh my God!
It's back today.
The St. Ambrose Carnival is back today.
Today.
How so?
It's back. It's open today. You can go there right now. Me and you can leave here and go to the St. Ambrose Carnival.
Ooh, wow.
It's straight up back today. So, what I was thinking about when I was driving past and I saw this, I want to know what's your opinion on these guys that work at carnivals. What is the life of a carny now? Like, is it just some like 28-year-old guy that doesn't have a family that just follows this carnival from here to Monmouth, then to a different state? Why is there no documentaries on carnies?
I know
Why is there nothing on carnies? Yeah, you know nothing about them.
Oh, listen. I know very little about this, like factually, but what I will say is
Unfactually. What I will say, my opinion on this is.
Yeah, my imagination tells me, basically, this is based on pretty much nothing, that the life of the carny is like some kid, he's like playing like inside like a ball pit or something, and then the parents come in and they're like,
Listen, Chompy. We're carnies, all right? And we come from a long line of carnies. That's who we are. We steal bread from the restaurants. Like, they're just like, I don't know.
Dude, it's not 1920.
They're like underworld people. No, they are. They're like that.
Here you go, Jimmy. Go into that store, and what you're going to do is you're going to fill your pockets with the fruits from the produce section. We're carnies.
Listen.
We don't pay for no produce.
I understand that was in fucking 1960,
I think
but
that's
what
what's still going on.
No!
Yeah.
What is
Oh,
that?
yeah, they're upstanding citizens now.
No, but like, what is it? Like a city from Missouri?
It's like if you're like seriously on the run from the law, or like you're the biggest alcoholic, or like you're PTSD
so you
from
think
being
you're
in
seriously
war.
on the run from the law? So like, are we about to see a bunch of Mexicans running these rides now?
No, the people running the rides will be the same people who've always run the rides. It'll be some skinny guy, white guy with a ponytail, smoking just a Brownsville cigarette, and they'll be like, "Yeah, come on the Gravitron, come on, $10 each." And
I will probably end up there this week, and I will let you know. I'll take pictures.
know who's there. At the end of the day, I mean, these guys are, but I think it's a larger subculture of like,
This is our code. If you find a funnel cake on the ground, you better bring it home for the family.
Nah.
That's what goes on here.
I don't think it's real
in
anymore.
their carny meetings. They're like,
You coming down here. Now, let's raise another issue I think we should all be discussing, okay? I don't think that Paul's been sharing his Zeppelis. Have you? Because I heard you had a big bag of Zeppelis last week and you didn't bring none for the carny folk.
So what I'm getting from you is that every carny is from either the Midwest, Missouri area, and they all
or New Jersey. They
survive.
Keysburg. I don't know.
They all survive off Zeppelis. They don't eat anything else. They just eat fucking fried dough with powdered sugar. That's it. Hi, I'm Andrew Ginsberg. I don't know anything about carnies. Don't take this truthfully, but they all eat Zeppelis off the fucking ground.
Yeah, they all eat.
Don't take any of this
And
truthfully.
they rob and they steal.
And they steal bread. Whatever the fuck you were talking about. You're like, yeah, go, Chompy, go get your bread.
That's
You're
what I
a Connie.
said. Go get him, Choppy. Go ahead and steal the bread from the man. We're Connies, and Connies don't have respect for nothing.
Yo, you fucking one of us. We should follow them around. Do it. No
You
one
can't follow them around. They'll be like, "What are you, 5'0"? They'll be like, you don't want to get too deep in this Connie life, young man, because this is not for your
Yeah,
little
but
documentary."
if we give them like $250 in the back.
Oh well, yeah, $250. Jeez,
There's no way they're like this anymore, dude.
That's enough money for pipe tobacco for the next year.
You're just thinking of like.
I need to buy pipe tobacco for a year. Now I was gonna steal me some. Soon as the old tobacconist fell asleep, I was gonna go break into his house and steal his tobacco.
Man, you know
I was gonna steal it.
It's so racist how much you're just making it sound like an old black man.
Oh my! That's
I'm
your
gonna
racist.
steal
You're
now.
racist for
Hey,
protecting.
you're going, Brad.
That's not what I was. I was picturing an old crackhead white guy. Actually, not. No point did I. This character black. Black carnival. Black people don't do the carnival. This is a white person thing.
No, yeah, I've never seen a black person at a carnival.
They don't go on rides. They don't. Ask like any like I have some black friends, comedians. I ask them, "You ever go on a ride?"
Yeah,
Like, "Hell
you
no."
text one of your black friends right now and say, "Have you ever?"
No, that would be unprompted. It would sound crazy. Out of context, if I just text like, "Yo, have you ever have you ever been in a pool?"
Nah, you gotta do research. I need you to do this as your homework. I need to find out what the
I
ratio.
will. I don't think they go on
How
rides.
many black friends do you have? 4.
I have a lot.
3?
Well, now that I do comedy, I have lots of black friends.
All right, so 6.
No. I don't know. I probably, but Cornelius from San Francisco is my best black friend.
Porn, yeah.
And there were certain things I learned about black hole. He did. I don't think he went on roller coasters. No,
You don't even know.
I'm like 99%.
Yeah, that guy
sure.
definitely didn't go on roller
That I
coasters.
just no chance he went on a roller coaster.
Liam just went on the fucking. I fucked up. He just went on the fucking trip for Six Flags for the middle school. Cause
This kid's always going on trips. Does this kid ever go to school?
Well, that
Every
was
time I'm talking to him, he's like, he went on a trip. They took him to the Intrepid Museum. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Nah,
over
it's all
there?
weekend stuff. But this was.
When's he gonna learn finance if he's
Dude,
going?
you don't remember the Salk trip to the fucking or Sandberg trip? I you guys were poor, so I don't know if you guys.
We were
went.
rich actually.
Did you go to Great Adventure?
They did take us to Great Adventure actually.
And that was the first time I ever went on a roller coaster. I was scared shitless my entire life, and then my friends called me a pussy a bunch of times. And I went on Medusa, and it was the best time of my life. So Liam was freaking out. He was like, "I can't believe I'm going. Like, I don't want to go on a ride. I don't like rides." He's like, "Well, my friends are gonna make fun of me." I'm like, "Well, listen, just do it. If you ride 3 roller coasters, I'll give
Were
you."
you wearing the 1776 hat when you gave this pep talk?
Yeah, it literally was.
Wow.
I haven't taken it off since I.
I'm sure
gave
he
it
got
to me.
chills as you were saying it. Listen,
I was like, "Listen."
when George Hamilton decided to fight for our freedom,
And Aaron Burr killed him. I was like, you ride 3 different roller coasters. I will give you $50. And this was before he had the 2200. So he loves money.
before it became
So,
a thousandaire,
I know. So I was like, all right,
and he loves money.
fucking, I wake up in the morning. I have the kid. I'm feeding him. He's leaving. He's like, do you have any words of encouragement, last words of encouragement? I'm like, yeah. While you're online, look at all the people that didn't die. And he goes, oh, yeah, that actually makes sense. I was like, yeah. And if someone dies, still go on it.
Wow.
But he ended up he called me while he was at 6 Flags. He's like, I just did Medusa. It was the best. I was like, fuck. Definitely have to give this kid $50. Because right when you do one, you know you're going to love them all.
Yeah.
So he went on Nitro. Then he went on Batman.
Nitro's the greatest ride ever.
He did Nitro front row after he did it. Because, dude, all those rides, there's no line for me. Medusa Nitro,
Yeah.
those are like the old coasters. He was like getting front row every time. Because
Really?
now the Jersey Devil's like the serious one. It's the
Yeah.
fastest roller coaster. And then like, I don't know, Superman and fucking whatever.
Medusa's got to be. Nitro's got to be so unsafe.
Oh, yeah.
It probably hasn't passed the safety check. The Carnies, well, they're
Those
not,
aren't
They're not
Carnies.
Carnies.
That's
Yeah, they're
Union.
stationary.
Those are serious
They're stationary.
guys,
Well, if
yeah.
you stay in one place, you're not a Carney.
Yeah, yeah.
Carnies go town to
But
town.
no, you have to be a fucking. You have to have a degree to work there. You have to be an engineer, a mechanical engineer, to literally work at Six Flags on the ride.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, that's not just fucking some guy
Well,
from
yeah.
Missouri
Yeah,
eating
yeah,
Zeppelins off the
yeah,
ground, running the
yeah.
ring of fire over and over again.
Now, I heard a little something that you ain't been sharing. No Zeppelins
Listen,
with the rest of the Carney folk.
I heard your son ask you for tickets. You got a cigarette? I'll let you on that for free. Hey, his size of that tooth missing.
You want to have what we having for dinner tonight? I'm thinking maybe sausage and peppers on a roll. What do you think? That's what we have every night. We're Carney folk. We don't eat no regular food.
They just eat that and Zeppelin. That's their whole fucking meal.
That's all. Unless we steal bread, we ain't got nothing. That's what I'm guessing it's like to be a carny. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's just like that's the carny code.
I wish we could find some carny people, dude. I wish I knew a carny person.
I don't.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You'll never.
It is like okay. Obviously, I'm being funny.
Facetious.
Sure, big word being thrown around today.
Big boy John.
What'd you get? A calendar?
Nah, big cat, dude.
Oh, they. But I do. Like a word of the day type. But what do you? I do think that it's possible that they are like a mafia type criminal organization. They might not be as old timey as I'm describing, but I do think it's probably like, well, you better not be talking to the cops about the Gravitron machine. I do think it's something like that. And they give all the cops a cut in the town where they do it. Like, listen, we're going to donate $5,000 to a municipal thing, and it's going to, and then we're going to do the carnival, the Feast of St. Ambrose, whatever the fuck,
I guess, but I don't know, man.
I don't know. I really don't know either.
And I never met someone that knew someone that was a carny.
Because they're not connected to the mob. I feel like it's like a criminal organization. They're not regular people, dude. That's what you have you ever in your life met? I go, what do you do for work? And they go, I work with a traveling carnival. No, because they're not going to interact with people like us because they're on the run from the law.
They're not on the run from the law.
Why would they? Of course, they're on the run from the law. Why would you travel around setting up a children's carnival trying to grab as much cash as you can off these funnel cakes if you weren't running from something? What would be the motivation to do that?
Well, you grew up in Missouri, and there was literally nothing to fucking do.
Well, and then you actually shot somebody down by the railroad, and then you had to get on the and then an option presented itself to you.
So, do you think every carny has a gun?
Oh yeah,
for sure.
A lot of guns. I bet.
A lot of guns.
I bet half the carnival is guns. Like, you know what I mean?
The whole carnival.
Well, if you go under their hay beds or whatever, and you look at it, I bet. I bet there's a...
Dude, why do you think carnival people are just from the 1950s, 1920s?
I don't know. You just see like the leader like on the Ferris wheel one night by himself, just riding it, just thinking about his life.
Yeah, well, this is
why did I join the carnival?
A pim light of a cigarette just going up around in circles.
I mean, I've experienced a lot of this myself doing stand-up. In some ways, I feel like I get it. Like,
oh yeah, I guess because you always say like, I work with just crackheads. Like I'm a crackhead. They're all crackheads.
I do a lot of shows where like it's like if you are from Arkansas and you came to the United States on vacation and you.
Oh, so you meet people from different states?
Yeah, dude. I do comedy in these tourist places in Times Square.
Where's Magenta from?
My girlfriend?
Yeah.
She's from Pennsylvania.
Okay, so same thing, Arkansas, whatever.
No, this is different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people from the middle of the country, dude. Or like
Oh, Missouri, Nevada.
Like, picture like a mom who's like 52 from like Utah or Iowa or something.
And
right?
she's a mom?
They come to vacation.
She has a kid at home?
They have kids. They come
in New York?
They come to New York on vacation.
With their kids?
There's tons of tourists in Manhattan.
Okay, yes. Yeah,
and they're all from the U.S.
Yes.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of international people too.
Yeah, we gotta get them out of the country.
There's way less of them in the past 6 months.
Goddamn right. ICE. I-C-E.
But that's beside the point. Like
1776, don't forget.
This I'm just giving you the case study, like about tourism to Manhattan and how this relates to what you're asking.
Okay.
Like a 52-year-old lady from Arkansas and her family, they don't do much. They go to church every single Sunday. You know, they eat casserole with mashed potatoes and cheese, and they make it for football. They make 20,000 calorie dip. And that's something that, that's what they're doing. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Then once in their lives, they come to New York City, but they don't know anything about like comedy or anything like that. Like they've never heard of,
Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they just go to the first person they go, where should I see comedy? And then they wind up seeing me, and they think I'm, you know what I mean?
And they think you're
at these places where you're coming up. That's what it's like. Like they're like, oh, here's the comedians. Like, hey, I'm Andrew Ginsberg. Yeah.
Oh, so every person that you're doing comedy for is just
not everybody. It's just certain places. Yeah.
But like, that, like, oh, where are you guys from? It was like,
I'm from England. I'm from here. I'm from Missouri.
Do you blast them when they're from the Midwest?
No, I mean, I want them to have a good time. I want them to have enjoyed themselves because they might never see comedy again for the rest of their lives. I'm telling you, this is their one night.
No.
I don't know how many. I cannot tell you how many times people come up to me after a show and say this was the only comedy show I've ever seen in my life.
And then they say you suck.
No, they say you're good.
No,
And you ruined it.
You ruined
And I'll never watch another
You
show.
ruined
That
my
happens
night.
too. Don't get me wrong, but like,
No way.
yeah, well, no, but people, well,
There's no way someone comes up to you after the show and be like, hey, man, you really sucked out there.
no, that never happens.
That'd be great.
People, one time,
Go out of your way to tell you
I
that
got
you
heckled
suck.
in a way 2 years ago on my Village Idiot show at the Juke Bar. I don't know. Sometimes this happens where like you're having a good time and you're having a good set and the crowd's all like, you know, chilling. And then like I like just saw this like serious looking guy who was like so like not smiling with his arms folded or whatever, and he was like a jacked guy. And I made a joke, and he like not only did he not laugh, but he sent off this vibe like a dark bad vibe.
Yeah.
And like all of a sudden like nobody's laughing anymore. And then I said something and it didn't land. And then he stood up and he just went, "You suck." he went, "You suck. You suck."
You suck.
Like just like that. You suck. And I was really like, whoa, like it really threw me off. I was like,
What did you say? What did you say back?
I feel like I hope I'm a better comedian now. This was a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now I would like, you know, I'd like be like, I have to win this interact. But I think I was just kind of like, no, I don't. Like, I think I like,
No, I don't. You suck.
yeah, I think I got like, I think he like threw me off. I think,
Yeah,
I
probably,
think I bombed
dude.
for the rest of the set.
I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And he won.
Yeah.
So that was like, you know, things like that would happen.
But
man.
what happens now? Like if someone like how often you get like someone just boo?
No, I mean, no one ever boos me.
No, it just says,
I usually do okay.
What's a heckle?
A heckle is
Like,
like
what's a heckle that you've gotten like recently?
recently. I as soon as I mean, this happens a lot now with my cracked out hairstyle, but like as soon as I walked on stage, someone just yelled out, "You're bald. Just give it up, bro. Shave your head. You're
Oh, yeah.
bald."
Oh yeah.
And and it doesn't normally that shit doesn't rattle me. Like it's just for some reason it was like right when I was about to start, it just threw me off. It just threw off my. I just
And like it fucked up your whole rest.
well
of your
because I
set.
tried to go back at him. What happens is sometimes like when you fail at crowd work, like a lot of times I feel like I'm pretty good at crowd work, so like I'll usually it works out in my favor, but like occasionally you'll do a crowd work on somebody and like the crowd won't laugh, like it wasn't funny, and you're like making fun of a guy, but it wasn't funny, and everybody will just be like whoa, you have this feeling come over you like, what, don't we hate this guy, you guys?
Oh my god,
you know
that
what I mean?
must be such a bad feeling, dude.
It's not a good feeling, and then you're like, fuck, they hate me.
yeah, yeah, that's
I
probably what.
think I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, isn't this guy suck? Oh, it's me that sucks. Got
Yeah.
it.
God damn.
But you can win them back.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm just saying, like early, he just threw me off with that. That's like a heckle.
See, I feel like if that ever happened to me, I would just destroy myself,
yeah, of course.
and I think that is how you would do it, right?
Destroy myself.
Like if I
Yeah.
walked up there and I said something shitty and some guy was like, "Yo, dude, you're just fat," like I would just be like, "Yeah," and like I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
that's
what
a good tactic.
But
Yeah.
like, just I'd be like,
Everything you say about me, I think about myself.
I'd be like, I also have a small cock. You want to see that too?
it's a tactic. Like, comics, comedians do that. That's a tactic.
Yeah.
I usually just try to like roast them or whatever, but yeah, sometimes they throw you off. But anyway, these are the people that come to it's the first time and only time they've ever seen comedy. It really happens.
Okay.
They don't know anything about it. So but okay, in that way, to me, it's like a carnival life. Like it's like the same type of people doing it because you're performing, or maybe I'm thinking of the circus. Maybe this is like.
I think you're thinking of the circus. This entire time, you're thinking of like the bearded lady.
Yeah.
and the
I am
fucking-
thinking of the circus, but the carnival. I stand by. I know what the carnival
You're
is.
standing
it's just
by
the
it.
rides.
You're standing
It's just
by
the
it.
rides, and I'm getting very romantic about it. And I'm bleeding into circus territory where it's like I'm like, yeah, the freak shows in the circus are similar to how I'm a freak show to people.
But back
visiting
then,
New
it
York
was
City.
called the carnival.
These guys are criminals. It all say they're
You
just
just keep saying the crip.
well, they're not like they are criminals. There's nothing else that they could be.
So you're telling me I'm going to go to the St. Ambrose Carnival, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. I'm going one of these days with Liam. I'm
Great.
going to go to one of these carnival guys and be like, hey,
How do
are you a criminal?
Here, hey, can I talk to you? Be honest. No, just be honest with me. Are you a criminal?
I'm not gonna
You-
call the
He would
cops.
be like, yeah, absolutely.
Listen, I got this great
Oh
podcast.
no, I just run this weird amusement business where it's all cash, and I go town to town doing it, and I don't pay taxes, and I sleep in a Gravitron machine, and I eat sausage and peppers and funnel cake every single night. Yeah. No, I don't do anything illegal at all. I'm a real upstanding guy.
I just don't feel like it's like that anymore,
It is like that, dude. That it is what it is. These guys are not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to talk to press. They're going to want to talk to cameras. They're just rolling on to the next sucker. It's like squeeze a fucking dime out of them, just like they do, town to town. Because they're not like, at least in my defense, when I say I'm akin to a circus performer, at least like it's like I really want to do this though. Yeah, they're not like secretly like I wish I went to college so I could work at Six Flags. You know, like they're like I never made it as an amusement park person. Like no, like they're criminals.
Well, Six Flags is different. We've been over this. Six Flags did go to
That's
college.
why
so
I'm
they
saying
could do that.
those are the people they wanted to be, and then they got caught up in drugs and the bad life, and they wanted to like when they start.
There's no way a guy was 18 years old. He's like, I'm going to be a fucking electrical engineer, and then got addicted to heroin, and now he runs the Ring of Fire at St.
No,
Andrews.
he's like, you know what I love? Rides. One day when I grow up, I'm gonna be an engineer and I'm gonna design the tallest ride in the world. And then they got into drugs and alcohol and M&M, and then they lost their mind, and then they spent like 4 or 5 years trying to be a rapper. They moved to Detroit, rap battling under the name Lil C. Then they got into heroin. Then the rap gigs dried up. Then they're on heroin. Then they moved back to Keensburg, New Jersey, and their buddy from high school offered them a job in the fucking Carnival. And that's how it goes, dude.
Right.
That's literally how it goes. And he goes, well, you know what? I always did want to work in rides, but here I am with my massive heroin addiction and a mountain of debt that I'll never pay off. The government's after me. My family won't talk to me, so why not? Yeah, I'll join the traveling carnival. Oh, great. I'll operate the Gravitron machine, and when I'm not doing that, I'll cook sausage and peppers for everybody without any sanitation at all. It's all good.
When was the last time you went to a carnival?
Man, I probably not since,
St. Ambrose in high school?
fucking, we're so old now where like we need to have like a language that I can use, because I often want to talk about this. Like, you know how my dad, when he was growing up, he'd be like, you know, it was probably the 70s. Like, how do you talk about like our era? Like,
Tens.
Really? That's what you say?
Tens. That's 0
So,
to 10.
but it was even before that. So it was like the 07s, I guess.
No, that's the tens. 0.
Oh, they call that the 10s.
or the 2000s. Duh.
But that's way different than the 10s.
Yeah, the tens are the 10 to 20.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's when you
I'm
went.
talking about 07. No, it was like
The 2000s.
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 But it's still the 2000s, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's like the 2020.
I see.
2000s. It's like 06. Or the O's, I guess. Would you call it the O's?
The fuck? No one calls any of this stuff. No one calls. That's what I mean. There is no term for it.
Yeah, but is it the O's?
You say like, I've heard people go like, oh, stop saying the O's. What does that mean?
08, 07,
Oh, no.
06, 05, 04.
I know. Like,
And we all know.
and could you-
and never forgot.
and,
01.
and could you just say, could you just say 8? Like, remember in 8?
No, 8 stinks.
Well, that's what it was. I
But
guess it was
8 is like fucking the 8 days, 8 years after Jesus died. 8
right.
You can't-
Obama was president in 8.
Yeah, which was
9.
Jesus.
09. Jeez, man. Yeah, there's no way to really talk about that. But that was probably the last time I went to the carnival.
08.
Probably 08. I was probably like 18 or 19 years old. Also
Yeah.
around the same time I went
Also-
on a fucking hayride.
The
Worst day
reason-
of my life.
the reason- shout out to your high school girlfriend. The
Yeah, she made me go on a hayride.
Yeah, dude.
I remember thinking to myself, I
I
want
love
to blast
hayrides.
myself in the head right. All I wanted to do was get drunk that day.
Now do yeah.
Yeah, I remember being on the hayride, just like all I wanted to do today was drink.
God, it's the best feeling, dude. You should try it.
Drinking? What are you
Yeah.
drinking? Michelob Ultra?
Yeah, switch it up.
Jesus.
Those fucking lineies are getting me a little.
You know who drinks Michelob Ultra?
Do you know who drank Michelob Ultra?
Hoax?
Oh yeah,
He did?
It was his main drink. He said
No.
the only beer that doesn't give you a hangover.
Yeah.
And all of us started drinking them. Dude, do you know at the Friendly Sons during his memorial, my Uncle Mike, in the middle of it, he's like, what the fuck? Was this guy fucking friends with a bunch of old women and fucking golfers? I was like, you just drank the entire bar out of Michelob Ultra. He was like, I was like, yeah, that's all that was his favorite drink towards the end, dude. He loved Michelob Ultra.
I got to tell you this. I mean, Michelob Ultra, definitely one of my all-time favorite beers, no question.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and that was definitely, you were quit way before Hogan. Hogan only figured this out a year
That's
ago.
what I mean. When I was drinking, he wasn't drinking Michelob
No,
Ultra. He would drink like the Hawaiian
Budweisers.
beers.
No, or just Bud Heavies.
Yeah, Bud
He would come to my
Heavies.
party with Bud Heavies. Like, dude, you ever? I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Bud Heavies. I drank those too.
Yeah, but they're the worst beers.
Nah, they were great. I mean,
Come back, you'll see.
I remember. Trust me, I remember what Budweiser tastes like and Michelob Ultra, because some of the beers that I like the most now at least, or like that I remember, like, were the ones that I had sentimental attachment to when I started drinking. We used to steal those beers from Ralph. the Michelob Ultras. They were in his fridge.
He was an old man.
Because he was the kind of guy that would have them.
Because they don't cause hangovers. That was Hogan's word.
That was the kind of a Michelob Ultra is the kind of beer that some like kind of well-to-do suburban guy puts out at a barbecue.
Yeah, but you want to know why these beers have the golf balls and everything on them? Like
because they're sponsored by the golf.
They fit in your golf bag perfectly. The cans are too big.
Oh, they're for golf guys?
Yeah, that's like their main thing. They usually have a golf ball right here. Michelob Ultra is a big golf drink.
Are they partnered with?
Yes. PGA.
Okay.
Yeah. Big golf drink. But yeah, Hogan was like, I found the beer that doesn't give hangovers. I had 24 years, so I woke up fine today. You know, maybe if he didn't start drinking these, he wouldn't have fucking died because he just kept drinking as much as he possibly could.
Yeah. Now I could drink 4 times more than I used to. Hey, they are tasty, man. Hey, rest in peace to AJ. I'll tell you that.
So I was scared about today.
What were you scared of?
I was scared. We haven't had a sit down podcast since Memorial Day.
I know.
And I woke up this morning without thinking, popped an Adderall.
Oh no!
And I was like, oh my! Halfway through, it was like 9 a.m. I think I was like really caring about something at my job. I was like, normally this would be something if I wasn't on Adderall. I'd be like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. I was taking a zip tie and I was like trying to make it perfect and I kept cutting it and like tying. I was like, oh no, I'm on fucking Adderall. Like it was like a self-reliance. I called Tara immediately. I'm like, I fucked up. She's like, what happened? I'm like, I took Adderall today. I'm doing the podcast. She's like, John, you're gonna be fine. You can just be a normal person. I'm like, nah,
you don't understand me, bitch.
I'm like,
you don't know what the drug does to me. I'm gonna join the carnival.
I was like, I'm gonna have to fake laugh. I'm gonna have to fake yell. I'm gonna have to fake everything. But then I had one of these and I forgot on Adderall you don't eat.
Right.
I haven't eaten today.
Great.
So I had 3 beers on an empty stomach. That's why I'm just bombed. I'm like, I was like, yeah, now this all makes sense. But I was shitting my pants. I was like scared to tell you because I was like, oh man, if I tell him this, he might not come down.
And you want to know what's funny?
What?
While we're bringing this whole thing together, when I was coming here today, I was not shitting my pants, but that's what you do. But I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to do the podcast. But I really wanted to do it because I didn't want to miss more weeks, and there's no other time that we can do it.
But why?
Because I'm so full of grief because one of my friends is ill.
Oh yeah.
But I was really in a dark headspace before I came here, and I was trying on the whole bus ride over to like get out of it. I was like, what do I do? And I was like, you know what? This is the kind of time where you have to rely on substances. There's no other way. So I was like, I'm gonna have to drink a giant coffee and take 10 milligrams of edibles to be myself.
Oh yeah, are you high?
Super high.
Super high.
And it fixed that sort of feeling.
Good.
Yeah.
But also, I'm sure that bus driver helped you out a little bit too. When he
yeah.
Tell me about your story on the commute here.
Well, I mean, he's just like I looked up and everybody got off the bus, and then I was by myself. Usually, it goes down Route 9 and makes a bunch of stops, but at the Old Bridge Park and Ride, everybody got off the bus, and then I noticed he wasn't leaving, and then I stood up and I was like, "Do you want? What's going on?" I was like, "Are you going down Route 9?" He's like, "Last stop." I was like, what? And he was like, last stop, which has never happened before ever. He always drives down Route 9. And part of me thinks, like you said, that he just was like, look, there's one guy on the bus.
And there's so much traffic.
I'm just going to tell him it's the last stop. What am I going to do? Argue with him?
Yeah, so you texted me at, I'm just going to give everybody this frame of reference. If it was 9 o'clock at night, I'd get to the Old Bridge Park and Ride in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
He texted me at, let's see, he just dropped me off and said at the park and ride and said, that's it, get off the bus at 5:08. My wife called me at 5:55. So a 15-minute ride from 5:08 when I left my house to 5:55. She called me. She's like, hey, are you okay? Because I just watched an entire episode of Grey's Anatomy, which is an hour long, and you're not back. But what she secretly doesn't know, I was fucking jerking you off on the way home.
What the fuck? I don't know. The hell was that? What the hell are you talking about?
That'd be funny.
You lost me entirely. It wasn't until you started doing the jerking off that I realized how far we'd gone from me understanding.
What do you mean?
I lost you at the end. I don't remember. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying it took fucking 55 minutes to get you from the fucking Old Bridge Park.
I know, because that's why the bus driver bailed out on me.
Yeah, and I was just making a little joke. Like, yeah, I was jerking you off. That's why we couldn't get here in time.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was funny. Fuck off.
All right.
I'm on Adderall, dude.
I know.
Yeah, you're not funny.
I'm not funny.
It's not funny.
Shut the fuck up already.
No, I hear you, dude. That's good.
Because I remember the entire day, dude, it was eating away at me. It's just flashbacks of fucking 2009, the O's, 2009, 2008.
09.
When it would just be me and you hanging out, and you'd just be like, yeah, so I'm going to get out of here, dude. You stink when you're like this.
Really?
Yeah, you used to do it to me all the time, but so did everybody. Hogan always did it to me, too. He's like, you got no personality, dude. Gotta go. You're just sitting there staring. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know. You seem fine. You did it. You know, the 3 Michelob Ultras.
I just got drunk.
and edibles and Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee helped me get over my grief. So it made us kind of act like two regular people having a podcast.
Yeah. So this is gonna be this is gonna be the first time me and you've hung out. 4th of July,
Dude, you're right.
Our fucking holiday.
It is.
It used to be like I would throw the ham over the wall. I would try.
Yeah, back when Big Rich, by the way, shout out Big Rich, when he had his amazing parties.
Yeah, the best parties ever. Dude.
Yeah,
and it wasn't even like an amazing party. It was just like
yeah,
the best party.
Because everybody was on the same page.
Yeah,
we're gonna get as drunk as we possibly can in an apartment complex and have no disregard for the neighbors in the complex,
dude.
And just be setting off fireworks and almost burning down the complex.
Oh my god!
Because basically, what made that party so awesome was that there was other people there, but our inconsiderateness made us enjoy it even more.
Yeah, like people after the first year, people were like, all right, we're not gonna hang out home again.
But and people joined in.
Well, the
people that like
the more and more it happened. The third year,
by the third year, it was like anarchy. People hanging off. People were all
like, yo,
the ham toss. They were in. People were
damn.
gambling on it and stuff.
And I tried every year, and I never did it. And this,
by the way, for people that don't know, every year on the 4th of July, when my friend Rich, who was a regular listener of Why It's Funny many years, he used to have a great 4th of July party, and every year we would take a frozen ham and try to throw it over the
How
wall.
did that start?
It started with, well, I'd love to tell the tale of how the ham toss started.
Yes, please.
I would love to tell that tale.
We need to talk about this.
And Murphy's like, yes, please, because we need to kill 12 minutes. I did. So one year they were having a 4th of July party. Emily had to go do something in the morning, and I was just with Rich, and so I showed up at like early, like at 11 in the morning. When Emily
was I with you?
No.
Okay.
When Emily's supposed to be home, like normally when she's there in the morning, she's helping get the party together, and, and she had left because something had happened.
Now you got drunk, Big Rich.
No, he wasn't drunk. I just showed up, and then like he was supposed to do stuff, and then we wound up just kind of drinking and not doing anything. And then at one point he was like, "There was stuff we got to do, man. Like we were supposed to like defrost." And he's like, and I'm like, and then we're trying to make room in the freezer because we forgot to put something in the freezer and there was no room. And I found a frozen ham, and he was like, I was like, "Should I get rid of this ham?" And he was like, "That ham's been in there since Christmas, man. Just get rid of it. Like nobody, it's July." He's like, "It's like that's perfect. Like get rid of that ham."
Yeah, get rid of that.
And then I don't know. We started talking about what to do with the ham. And then it was like I don't know who proposed the question first, and it's like a chicken or the egg thing. Did Rich say it? Did I say it? But somebody said, "I wonder if I could throw the ham over that wall. How do you think you could make it?" And that's how the whole thing started.
Why did I get involved in it?
Well, then what happened was me and Rich drunkenly were like, "This would be awesome to like throw the ham over the wall, to see if we could do it." And then he was like, "I can't ask Emily that, like da 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 da." So I called her and I said, "Emily, can we please throw this ham over the wall?" Like, explain the whole thing to her, and she was like, "Yeah, you could do it." And I was like, "She said we could do it." And then I don't know, you got involved because, I think when you came, it was the second year we did it. The first year we just did it with maybe you were there actually.
No, I was definitely there for the first
you
ham
showed up
toss.
to the party later, and then we had like planned the ham toss.
There is no way I didn't walk into that party with you, with Big Rich. I was definitely there.
Then you were there. So yeah, you were there. But I was with Rich when we like.
You sure I wasn't there when we discovered the whole ham thing?
I don't know. Maybe Rich remembers, but I remember it just being me and Rich.
I don't, dude. There's no way I would just show up. I probably slept over your house the night before. I was scared of going anywhere, like to Hoboken or a city.
I know, but you came with other people. You came with AJ and stuff like that.
No, AJ came the third time.
Oh yeah,
I was just coming by myself.
Damn, I don't even. Here's the thing. I don't even really remember the individual parties anymore. They all blend together into one giant super party in my memory.
Because I remember Jerry coming later. And I remember Chalmers coming later, both times. Mm-hmm. Hogan came to the third one, and he embarrassed the fuck out of me.
Well, you embarrassed me right now in front of these carnies.
It was the third year, and I didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And Hogan just picked it up with one fucking hand and just fucking chucked it.
Yeah, I have that great video on my phone.
Yeah, you should share it right at the end of the podcast.
Share it. Yeah,
stay tuned and watch this video. It's great. Everybody just keeps going up to me like, "You think he's gonna do it? Yeah. He's not gonna fucking do it. He can't fucking do it."
Yeah,
that was the best.
Hogan said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Do you think that you ever get the hand over the wall?" He went, "Absolutely not." Something like that.
Yeah, that was the best, dude. Those parties. What was that fucking thing?
Great
that Emily made, the deconstructed Dorito.
No, that was Chalmers made that. The deconstructed Hot Pocket
in the shape of a fucking American flag.
Yeah,
that was
pepperoni as the red stripes.
Unbelievable, dude.
Pepperoni as the red stripes.
That was the best thing I ever had.
That's the best thing about this country that there is. Pepperoni as the red stripes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's the best.
White bars, cheese.
The day we found it, 1776, it was pepperoni as the red stripes.
4th of July is my favorite holiday. I've always said that, and you're right. Over the years, we haven't been spending it together. The past couple. Last year, I saw UFO. That's a separate story. The year before that. I was just doing other stuff, man. But now we're back.
I think I had a 4th of July party here last year.
I haven't come down on the 4th of July for a long time.
Troj lit off Hogan lit off a motor, but like it didn't go up. It just stopped, and Troj just grabbed Liam and threw him up against my glass window, and it just went poof, like the whole front yard, car alarms going off, everything. Nice. Hogan was just like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably haven't played with fire since back in those days.
Troj asked Rami. He's like, hey, I got like $2,000 worth of fireworks. Should I bring them? And Rami said no.
Yeah, no. His house just burned down.
Yeah.
That's the last thing.
That will definitely.
I don't think they're inviting fireworks.
That will definitely stop you from fucking laying off a couple fireworks in front of the house. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's why we're having a Robbie's house in the backyard pool.
Yeah, dude.
I will tell you this. This will be my first 4th of July where I'm going to be swimming.
Wow, me too in a long time.
No, we've never did it. Oh, well, you were a kid.
Maybe
you had an above ground pool.
When I was, real quick while we're reminiscing, when I was a kid, another one of my friends who's dead, Shivam, rest in peace, Shivam. R.I.P. You remember Shivam?
Yeah, of course.
On the 4th of July, 2 years in a row, I think, his mom used to take a walk around the neighborhood at night on the 4th of July. I mean, every night, but especially on the 4th of July. And we would sit in the bushes with Roman candles and shoot them at his mom when she walked by.
No fucking way.
And she'd be like, ah! We'd all be like, yeah! Shivam be with us.
He would be with it?
Yeah, he'd be with us. He'd be like, yeah, bitch, I'll be home in 5 minutes.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Pop, pop.
It was like crazy, man. Anyway, those are some good times. 4th of July has always been just a great.
It's the best. Dude, my uncle. So there was always a thing known in Old Bridge when you went to Sauk, you went to Sandburg, but like Gerard Ave, where my uncle lived. It was like Gerard Ave has the fireworks. Like my uncle used to fucking do a whole show, dude. Everybody would always be there. The cops would cone off both sides of the roads. It was illegal, but like they let him do
he's a little carnival guy. I get it.
They stopped.
He's a little in touch with the underworld.
His grand finale one year, he fucking put all the fireworks in a garbage bag and poured gasoline on it. And threw a fucking match on it, dude, and it was fucking.
That's the most dangerous thing I've ever heard.
Everybody was like high, like everybody was like kind of inside, like on their decks, everything. Dude, fireworks just shooting at houses, cars, everything. It was awesome. And then it was never happened again. Gerard was shut down.
Jeez,
it was the craziest thing ever. My uncle drank a lot. He still does, but he was a very. The
moral of that story is my uncle drank a lot, and he still drinks a lot. Does. And man, could he throw one hell of a 4th of July party? He took every firework inside the Acme and dumped gas.
How many hot dogs you gonna eat on the 4th of July, or how many did you think you ate? Like, let's talk about right now. It's the 4th of July. People are listening to this. How many hot dogs did you eat
in my life?
No, on this party.
At yours?
No, the one that's about to happen, because this is coming out that week.
Oh, right.
How many hot dogs do you think you ate?
I don't know, man.
I'm going with 7. I think I ate 7. I don't think I'm gonna have a cheeseburger. I think I'm just gonna see how many hot dogs.
That's the thing. I think I'll have like 4 burgers.
No
and
way.
like a couple hot
You
dogs.
can't have 4 burgers.
I had 4 burgers at your Memorial Day party.
No, you didn't.
Sure, I did. I had a million burgers.
Who's grilling?
That's a great question.
No, I'm not grilling.
Rami.
Rami's not grilling.
No, he grill. He knows how to grill. Yeah, he does. He can grill.
Yeah, what do you mean? He's not white.
No, he can grill, dude.
Rami can grill.
He's not white. We're going to Egyptian guy's house on the 4th of July.
Well, yeah, I know.
There's got to be a little Egyptian stuff going on. What are you going to do?
His parents are going to be home.
Great. Well, I'm sure.
So
they can grill.
I talked to Robbie about this. I'm like, yo, listen, your parents are going to be home? Like, what are we doing? Like,
yeah.
You know what you're inviting over. You're inviting the Maciags. You're inviting me.
Yeah, I know.
But we used to be inviting you.
We're
but now
40 years old. Like, what do they think is going to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got a bunch of drunk idiots.
I know. Well, what's the worst that's going to happen?
Their religion, you can't see us drinking, right?
No, they don't care about that. No, they don't care about that. They don't, his parents are regular people. They're not going to be like, what is this sin going on in our temple of chastity? Like, Rami, how dare you? We've been living in this country for 35 years. We don't know how things that are.
Are you going to go in the pool?
Yeah, of course I'm going to go in the pool.
You think so?
What do you mean I think so? Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like you're not going to go in the pool.
I'm going in.
I don't think you're going in.
I'll bet you $4,000 I'm going in the pool.
I don't got that money. You got to talk to Liam.
I am definitely going to go in the pool. Yeah, I'm going to go in the pool, guy.
I just feel like you're not going to go in. I am excited to meet your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be wearing this exact outfit.
Great. I mean, that's the right outfit. That's a great outfit.
What are you going to wear? Fish shirt?
Yeah, this is my fun person. No, I'm gonna wear. I always wear my Grateful Dead shirt on the 4th of July.
Why?
Make America Grateful again.
Oh, that's what it says?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I do have a Donald Trump shirt, but I don't know if I should show up.
I have a Donald Trump shirt. I wonder if it's worth money. Remember, I used to wear it as a joke.
Yeah.
There's a picture of us where I'm wearing a Donald Trump shirt.
I think it was before he was
Donald
president.
Trump for president. No, it was way before he was president.
Yeah.
I was wearing it literally as like a funny shirt. People used to be like, that shirt's mad funny. It was like a joke.
Yeah.
It was like his face in the Obama hope thing.
Yeah. I remember that completely.
Yeah, and I still have that. I got that from like some sort of.
You should wear that.
to the 4th of July.
Listen, if
I could find it.
If you wear that, I have Donald Trump standing on a tank with a bazooka, smiling, and it just says America, and it's a bunch of explosions behind him as a tank top. I was scared about wearing it to Romney's house.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if his parents are gonna think I'm serious about it.
Right.
I can't have that happening. You know.
Yeah.
Because that's like kind of crazy. It's like why is this? Why is this fat white guy showing up?
It's their worst nightmare. They're like, sure, like for the first time ever, Rami, you can have people over the house, and then they see Rami's friends. It's all these Trump supporters wearing 1776 hats and stuff like that.
Dude, Rami's been trying to get you. Rami was like, "Yo, you're doing your podcast on Tuesday." He's like, "Come over for a night swim, like with you."
Whoa.
But you came mad late. I was like,
Well, this is how it's gotta be. I have to watch The Warehouse now for minimum wage.
No, I know. But I was like, it's not gonna happen, man. But Rami invited me and you over for a night swim, and I'm going over on Thursday.
Jeez.
Yeah, Rami's trying to fucking just have fucking parties all the time, dude. That's all he wants.
He wants to live it up.
He's trying to party.
He wants to live the good life. Hey, he's always been a good kid. When we were young, he drove like a psycho, and he's been a good friend of mine throughout my life. Scary, dude. We were in some wild accidents. I'll never forget this one accident that we were in. We had 7 handles of liquor in the back of the car.
Oh my god.
We were like 18 years old, not legal.
Was this stolen?
It was stolen.
From
I don't need to get into that. But the liquor was stolen.
It was that.
Yeah, we did. So the liquor was stolen. There were 7, and how that came to be is irrelevant to the story. But
not from a store.
No, it wasn't stolen from a store. It was stolen from a person's home.
Yeah.
And
Which I don't think that's a better part of the story. But anyway, continue.
And Rami crashed, just plowed into the person in front of him on like a 25
on Cottrell, right?
Yeah, like 25 mile an hour road. He's just fucking doing 90 flying. Yeah, going as fast as you can go in the most craziest, most beat up, insane Batman looking car, flying, weed pouring out the windows, just fucking going. Car parked, and Rami just bow. I mean, like just slams into this guy. And immediately he just turns to us like, we're all I think you think his airbag went off, and he turned to us and he goes, "Get the liquor out of the car."
That's all he cared about.
We're like running through the trees throwing
because he couldn't. Because at that time his parents probably cared about being Muslim, so he could not get caught.
Also, we were underage. Like we just can't be in a car accident and then have 6 handles. We had 6. It was like 6 handles of liquor that we had stolen from somebody's house. That was like that was quite an accident.
That's fucking funny, man.
That was quite an accident.
Bam, right in the back.
And then at one time at like 9:30 in the morning, Rami came to pick me up, and I was like sleeping or something. We were going somewhere, so in order to wake me up, he was doing donuts in the cul-de-sac. And making a lot of noise. And my neighbor Dave, who I'd never spoken to, and he was just this soft-spoken guy, came out and he was like, "What are you doing revving your engine like that?" And Robbie flipped him off. And he was like, "I was in Vietnam, motherfucker. Like, I'll kill you. I'll kill people like you." Like, just like screaming at him.
Did he drop the SN?
What's that?
I can't say it.
Oh, I don't.
Sand and then the N-word?
Oh, no. It wasn't like that. He was just like freaking out. Like, he like knocked on the door, my parents' door. My mom was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "That boy over there has no respect." Like, I fought for this country. He was just like losing his mind, dude. I was like, "Oh shit."
How old was this man? Like 80?
No.
Before Vietnam, he had to be old as fuck.
I get it, dude. If you fought and then everybody treats you like shit, I'd have a chip on my shoulder about that too. Like if I was in the military and then I came back and everybody's like, "Hey Ginsburg, why don't you go fucking mow the lawn?" I'd be like, "Yo, shut up."
First of all, they wouldn't say that because Jews don't fight in wars unless you're from actually Israel. There's not been one guy that came back as an American citizen like, "Yeah, I'm Rothenstein. I fought for
maybe you're right.
2 wars."
I couldn't confirm or deny those.
I'm telling you right now, hey,
Joey Cohen, if you're listening, we need a consultation.
If you listen to this podcast and you're a Jew and you fought in anything from Desert Storm to Barack Obama,
please call 555-5555 Jew. Thank you.
All right.
We'd like to capture your story and share it with the general public here on Why That's Funny Live. I'm Andrew Ginsberg, and I'm joined by Captain John.
Dinner's done.
Dinner is done.
We got leftovers.
The leftover food from Liam's 8th grade party is ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and have that. And listen, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Why That's Funny Podcast. We've had a lot of fun. I hope you have a great 4th of July.
Enjoy it. Or you
I hope
enjoyed it. I hope it was great.
No one knows when an episode will drop.
Enjoy August 8th.
Yeah, but it could be Thanksgiving right now for all we know. And if so, happy Thanksgiving. And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
A ham over a wall. Murphy, how are you feeling right now? Do you think that you can throw this ham over the wall this year? Last year, the biggest failure.
Last year was the biggest failure, but you want to know why?
Why?
Trump wasn't our president.
Right.
This year, Trump is our president.
Okay.
Pigs can fly if Trump's the president.
Sure.
And I'm flying with him.
He's flying with him. Okay.
You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. John Murphy says that pigs can fly this year because Donald Trump is the president, and he's going to fly with him.
We're going in the house to find out more. Ladies and gentlemen, we're inside the house now. Let's find out a little bit more.
Yeah, that's why.
Excuse me.
And I just kept walking. There was not another light for the rest of the time.
AJ, the people want to know. Do you think that John Murphy will throw that ham successfully over the wall in 1 hour?
No, I don't. And if he doesn't, I guarantee I will.